Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a video. So today's video is going to be episode 4 in the multiplayer main menu tutorial series. And so in this video we'll be going over and setting up our host game menu and setting up all of the blueprints to get that all working. And then in the next episode, in episode 5, is when we'll actually be creating the server browser and getting all of that done, and then we should be almost done. So I'm thinking the server browser tutorial will be the last one in the series. I will still decide if there's anything extra I want to make that's going to be part of the series. I will upload that obviously. But yeah, for now we're gonna be setting up the host game menu, and so hopefully you guys watched the previous episodes. If you haven't already, I would really recommend you guys go watch the first three episodes first, just so you are all caught up, and then that you actually know where we are now. But yeah, with that said, let's get to it. So, um, the first thing that we'll do is, if you don't have it open, I'm gonna in my MP folder here, in my UI folder, I'm gonna make a new UI widget, and I'm gonna call this host game, like so, and then I'm gonna save it. Okay, and so now that we have it saved, we can actually open it. And then in here is where we'll actually be creating the host game UI and all of those good things. So the first thing that I'm gonna get is a border. I'm gonna drag that in like so. Connect all of these up. So you wanna make the 0, 0, the positions, or all of these to 0. Hopefully you guys can't hear my keyboard typing that much. And then after that, I'm gonna quickly open my main menu here, because we're gonna need this to be open later on, but I want to copy just the color of this background. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the border here and then just copy this. I'm gonna use the same brush color for this one as well. But instead of it being just a solid color, I'm gonna just change the alpha a little bit to maybe 0.8, like so. And then we can compile and save. And now we need to get a vertical box. A vertical box. Oh no, wait, before we do that, we need to add another canvas panel. Canvas panel, put it on the border, make sure all of that is it's like filled entirely, and now we can get a vertical box. Okay, now that we have our vertical box, we're gonna make it so that it fits the entire thing like so. And now we're gonna get a horizontal box. And then I'm gonna drag it into the vertical box. And now with this one horizontal box, I'm gonna copy the horizontal box and paste it, paste it twice inside of this one, because we're gonna have a label on the left, and then on the right is actually gonna be where we either have our text box if it's for the server name, and then so on and so on, so it's like nicely like cut in half. Now the first thing that I am gonna do is on this vertical box here, I am gonna add a little bit of padding or offset. So on the left I'm gonna put maybe let's see, we can actually, no, it's too big of a gap. Okay, I'm gonna just put it to 10, like so. Oh, you know what, let's just leave it at 0 how it was for now. And then now that we have this, now the first thing that I'm gonna get is a text box or a text, and then put it in the first horizontal box. And now for both of these horizontal boxes, make it so that it fills like so. And now we can come up a little bit closer, like so. Okay, so in the second one, I'm gonna just change the font of this to maybe 15, and then I'm gonna put it like so. Now if you want to, you can like make it centered if you really wanted to, but I'm gonna leave it how it is now. And then on the right here, we're gonna have a text box. Drag that in there, and then make that to fill as well. Now don't worry about like the scale of this, because we are gonna like change the size in the main menu when we actually place it down in here, so it will be a lot smaller, but don't worry about that. So this is gonna be server name. So let's change the text here, server name, like so. And then on the right here, we're gonna make this server name underscore text box, like so. And now I'm also just gonna quickly change the background color of this to something a little darker, just so that we know it's going to be our text box. Now I do want to change the transform. Whoops, nope, not this one. Cancel. Where is it? I just want to change the thickness of it, but if I don't find it now, it's fine. I also want to make sure if you change the background to something darker, make sure you change the foreground color to white. Or any color that you want, really. Anything will work. And so now we have our server name. Now, obviously, you guys can style this however you want, or you can follow the way I'm doing mine. But as long as you do it similar to mine, you should be good. But as always, you can style it however you want later on. And so now I'm gonna copy this horizontal box, this first one. Now I'm actually gonna, or I'm gonna leave it for like this for now, and then just copy it and then Control V on the vertical box so we have a second one. Now before we actually do that, click on this first horizontal box, and then we're gonna come down here to padding, and then change here at the bottom, put maybe like a 10 padding, so there is a little bit of a spacing in between them, like so. Okay, so the second one is going to be, let me just double check here. This one is going to be the server map. Now this is going to be a little bit complicated later on, but we're going to be putting a drop down box there, but we'll set up that in this tutorial. So this one is going to be server map. Sorry, I'm just looking on my other screen also at the same time. So server map, whoops, server map, like so. And in this, now we want to delete this text box, and we're going to change this to a combo box, like so. And then we want to fill this, or let it fill. And then we want to copy this background color that we had for the text box as well, and change this one's style also the same. So where is, I think it's under, just trying to look, menu foreground color, this needs to be white. And then item style, yeah, I think it's here, is it not? Okay, I don't seem to see it here now, but change the foreground color to black again. It just I can't remember where under what which of these are the styling for the thing. So you can change that style for it if you want to, but I'm gonna leave it as is for now. And so now that we have that, we want to name this also um, server map combo box, and I just put an underscore in between those, and then we want to. The next thing is going to be the server max players. So now we want to copy this one, and then copy it. Oops, copy it again. We're actually gonna copy it one more time. Oops, no, not there. Go back. Oops, I accidentally pasted this into the wrong thing. So for some reason, let me just delete this. I think I selected the wrong thing. Okay, so paste this. Why is it? Oops. Delete. Vertical box. Let me just copy this again and then paste it in. I don't know why it's not adding the padding. Okay, let me go up here and make the padding to 10 again. And then for this one, the padding is there. And so we're gonna copy it one more time. Oops. Why did it not copy? Okay, paste. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this one is gonna be server max players. Like so. And then on the right here, this is gonna be a. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna add a slider here so we can delete this one and this one, because on this one is going to be the server max players, and then this bottom one is going to be server type. So server type is going to be either LAN or Steam. For this whole series, we're going to only use LAN, but there is a few things you have to do extra for Steam, but most of the stuff should work. Yeah, there is a little bit of a different configuration if your game is only on Steam. I might go over it later, but for now, let's just quickly do this first. So we have that. So now, server max players. So yeah, we need to add a slider. I'm gonna try to not style some of this stuff too much, just for time's sake, so that I don't make it too long. Okay, so for the slider, we're gonna make this the value to 2, and then minimum we're gonna have 2, and then the maximum. This is gonna be the maximum amount of players that you want someone when they host the game to make. So I'm gonna make this 10 for now. And then step size, you wanna make this 1. Okay, so if we compile and save, so now that's ready. So we're gonna name this quickly. Server max players. Oops. Server max players. Yep. Okay, so that's done. And so the next one is going to be like a checkbox. So what we're gonna do is get a checkbox. Why am I typing an X instead of a C? Okay, so there we have our checkbox. Now for this one, because we're not immediately gonna use Steam, I'm just gonna leave this one for now, or put this one here for now, or I can actually, so let me quickly, yeah, okay, let's just do the LAN one first. So this one, get a text box and then attach it to this checkbox, and we're gonna make this font a lot smaller, so maybe make it 15 or even 10, like so. And then this one we're gonna call LAN. And now the actual checkbox, we want to make this, we're gonna keep this checked by default, and then we want to change, where is it, style, and then for unchecked image, you can make this bigger if you want to, you don't have to, but I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna copy this value, unchecked, hovered, and then paste it in like so. This one, do the same, just so it's a bit bigger. Hover this one, change the size, checked, pressed, image, paste that in. Okay, okay, that's good. Now all I'm gonna basically do is I'm gonna copy this and then paste it inside. Oops. Copy this one and then basically paste it in this one as well. And then I'm gonna make this one on this one. It is filled as well. So why did it not? That's weird. Okay, never mind. Let's just delete this one quickly. And I'm just gonna copy this checkbox and the text as well, and then just paste it in the same thing. And we'll just add a padding here on the left, like maybe 50 or something. And then this one we're gonna call Steam. Okay, so this one is gonna be the Steam checkbox. Steam. And then this one is going to be LAN underscore checkbox. Okay, and now the last thing is going to be the actual button to create the server. So all we need to do now is get a button. So we're actually going to get a horizontal box first. And then we're going to put it in the vertical box down here, like so. And then we're going to get a button. And drag it in like so. Make it full if you want to. I actually can put this in, wrap this with another horizontal box. You can decide if you want to do it like this, but I'm gonna just copy this horizontal box and paste it in here, but then delete the one button, and I'm just gonna basically keep my button on the right side. And so now if I make this fill, now our button will be here on the right side. Okay, so I'm gonna copy the same color that we used for the text box for the button. Oops, why did it not paste? Oh man, okay, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna go with it, just roughly get it to where I think it is, and then I'm gonna get another text box or a text and then put it on the button, and I'm gonna change the font size to maybe 15, and I'm on this one we're gonna say create server, or you can name it whatever. It will still be fine. Create server dot underscore etn for button. Okay, so let's just double check that we have everything named. So this is LAN, Steam, server max player slider. This one is server map combo box. Yes. This one is server name tag. Okay, now I forgot about one thing, and that is a text to actually display. Where is it? To actually it's just gonna display the actual amount of players that the slider is actually currently on. So this one we're also gonna make 15 around there. What size is this? That's 10. So let's just maybe make it 10 as well, and then make it centered like so. And then this is gonna be max players text. Let's just call it like that. Or slider text. Slider text. Just make this a variable. And then we'll come back to this later. So now we need to sorry, we need to make this a, maybe just double check if this is a text and not a text box. I think this is a text box, sorry. Okay, so delete that, and then we're gonna actually put a text box there instead of a instead of a whoops. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is actually gonna be not fill, but we want to make this text, just set the text for now to 2, like so. And then this is actually gonna be edible text box. Max players underscore underscore text box. Okay, so now we're basically ready to get everything set up. So on the create server, we're gonna go down and then click on clicked, and then so with this is where we're gonna actually start doing most of the work. So I'm gonna go through a few debug methods to just check for not necessarily errors, but just to check that everything is actually filled in. What we're gonna get first is the server name text box, and then we're gonna say get text, this one, and then off of this we're gonna say text is empty. And then with this we're gonna make a branch. So if you hold B and left click, it's a shortcut key to make a branch. And then off of this we're gonna get a print string like so. I just copied this quickly. Okay, so with this, it's just gonna say please set a server name. That is just to check if there isn't a server name. It will check that you actually have a server name set. Okay, and so the next thing on false is where we're gonna actually have another branch. And with this one, we're gonna actually check if you have a map list selected. So on the map list, I think it is, let me see. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it is the server maps combo box, this one. Okay, so get this, and we're gonna say get selected option, and then we're gonna do a equals equals this one, equals equals string, and if nothing is selected, meaning it's equals to nothing, that is when it will then show us the next error to say that we have to select a map. So all of this will set up also later on. So the next thing is I'm going to copy this again. All you need to do is just right click and search print string like so, and then just type in whatever message you want. Okay, so that is set, and now the next thing, we're gonna make another branch. A lot of checks, but usually you want to do error checking first, or remember just to put most of the stuff in, because it's just a lot easier to find issues if you are stuck with certain things. Okay, so the next thing is going to be, because we're not going to set up the Steam one, we're not going to worry about that for now. But we're just gonna be doing the LAN checkbox, and so with this one, we're gonna be checking is checked. So because we made this to be checked by default, this will always be true. And so I'm gonna copy this other message as well, and then paste this in here, like so. Okay, so off of this is where we're gonna actually create the next thing. So this is where we're going to actually start using the advanced session plugin that we installed in one of the earlier episodes. So with this one, we're going to say create advanced session, this one. And now I know it looks a little bit like there's a lot of stuff going on here. That is exactly it. So with this next one is we're going to be going and setting up the public connections. This is the amount of players the server will be able to take. So we're gonna take our max players, not this one, max players, where is it? Max players slider, this one. And then we're gonna drag off and say get value. Like so. And then when I say truncate, that basically rounds towards a 0 value, or well, it says there what it actually does. Okay, and then we're gonna drag this in like so. Okay, so now we have our amount of players all set up. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we're gonna set our server name with the value that we put in the text box. So we're gonna get our server name again. I want to say get text. So I'm a little bit OCD with having everything neat. So if you're also the same, that's all fine. But if you guys see me like just move everything like perfectly, that's just me. And so with this next one, we're gonna say make literal print string. Not this one. Sorry. We actually have to drag off of this full extra settings. Drag off of this and say make array. And now we're gonna add another pin because we're gonna add two things. And so with this first one, we're gonna say just move this a little bit further away. And then off of this one, we're gonna say make literal string, this one. And then on the key name, you want to make this server name, all one word, and then all lower cases, like so. And then under value, we're gonna plop that in like so. I'm actually gonna move this like on top, like so, and then move this one back a little bit, and then just keep it like this. Okay, so basically what you can do is you can just copy this one and then connect it up to that, and then on this key, this is gonna be level name. So this is going to be basically used later on to where we can actually display what level that specific server is on. So there's a lot of other extra settings. I haven't played around with this too much, but yeah, so we have to set up this quickly. And so this one is going to be actually, if you go back all the way where we have this our server maps combo box, you want to drag this value from here and then plop it in like so. Now I'm just going to add a reroute node like so. Add another one and move this all the way to the left like so. Okay, so now that we have that, the next thing we need to do is we need to check if the LAN checkbox is checked. So where is that? LAN checkbox. Okay, so with this one we're going to say is checked. Same thing we sort of did with the branch earlier. So connect that up, and now for the things that are here, depending on this, that is correct. Now depending on if you want to make this a dedicated server or if you're going to compile like a separate build so that this acts as a dedicated server, you want to check this. But because this is not going to be a dedicated server, you want to leave that unchecked. And then also make sure should advertise is also activated. Now any of these other ones you can activate if you really wanted to, but I'm going to leave it like so for now. Okay, so I'm just going to check if we have everything here. Okay, yeah, we have that. Okay. Okay, so now off of on failure, you want to make a print screen or whatever if you want to do anything else, or if for some reason it couldn't create the server, it will pop up a message here. So if you wanted to do something else, you can. But for now, we're gonna have it like so. Okay, so off of on successful, we want to say open level like so. And then we want to say map list. We want to get our map list. Where is it? Oh, I'm just not seeing it. Okay, so there we have our. Gonna move this back down a bit, and then with this one we say get selected option, and then we're gonna connect it up like so. Gonna make this quickly a little bit nicer. As always, you don't have to do this. I just always do it because I like it when it's all neat. Okay, so the next one is gonna be when I say get player controller. Then off of here we're gonna say set input mode game only. Okay, so that's about it for that. Now one last thing that we need to put in here is under player controller here, you need to set that to get owning player. So right click here and say get owning player. Connect that up like so. I'm gonna put it just up here and then compile and save. Now we can quickly comment this out or add a cool nice little comment section like so. So we can actually delete this event tick, and then on here we're gonna say create server. Okay, so there we have our create server function. So one last thing to get that player slider text box thingy that we created, this one, we're gonna quickly set up that or create a binding for it. So before we do that, make sure you set this to read only. Okay, so with that done, we want to click on or make sure you have it selected, and then go down or go up here where it says under text, and then over here we're going to say create binding. And then with this we want to go to here, get max players, and then with this we're gonna get our max players slider, this one. I'm gonna say get value, like so. Don't worry, I'm just a little bit anal about being everything neat. And so off of this we're gonna say get text, get to text, sorry, to text, this one down here, and so connect this up like so, and that's it for this function. Okay, so we have that. Okay, so we have all of that set up. So the next thing that I am going to do, or that we need to do, is we need to come over. Let me just see. I'm just checking my notes on my other screen. So just give me 1 second. Here we have all of that set up. Yes. Sorry, I'm just checking and I have everything set up. Yes, that is all good. Okay, so one thing that we are going to do is down here by variables, you want to make a variable called map list class. So this is just one way I have it where or it's just an easier way of just adding options to the text box automatically. So what you're gonna do is call this map list class. So you can basically call this whatever, and then this needs to be a string, and then this needs to be a array. And so we're gonna add 2 here. Because I think we currently only have 1 map, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly duplicate this map 1, duplicate, and call this, well, it automatically named it map 2. Okay, so in this map 2, I'm gonna quickly open it, and instead of it saying third person, I'm gonna basically just quickly copy this name thing here, and if I can quickly see if I can change the text of it. Where would that be? Hello? Oh, under details panel, sorry. I was still on the world settings. Okay, so this is gonna be map 2, and I'm gonna quickly open map 1. Just save that, then select the same third person text there and call this map 1. And so this way we can later test everything. So now if we click save, go back to the main menu map and then go back to the host game page here. And then in this one, we're gonna say map 1 or one word. So depending if you have different maps or if you like, obviously if you are working on your own game and you have your own map names, put them in here and then I'll compile that. And then we want to make a function quickly. So under here by functions, and then with this one we're gonna say add maps list. And then inside of this function, it's very simple. We're gonna drag this out, say like so, and say for each loop, like so, and say off of this array element, we're gonna say add option. Oops. Oh wait, sorry. We need to select the map combo box, this one, and off of this we're gonna say add option. Connect that up, and then under option just drag that in like so. And that's about it for this function. So compile, go back to the event graph, and then off of event construct, we're gonna drag off here and say add maps list. So this will automatically, when the UI gets created, add all of those options to our combo box. But just make sure you have everything saved. And now we can actually set up the main menu part. So down here by user created, all you need to do is look for host game and drag that in like so. And then with this, we can now size it up however big we want to make it. So I'm gonna make it to where it is from here to there, like so, and then maybe make it maybe this high. So depending on how your main menu is, this will be way different to yours then. So make it however you feel like you want to do it. And so with this, by default, we want to make this under visible collapsed. Okay, so now this is where we have to actually set up the actual button. When we click on the host game now, it needs to make that visible. Okay, so where is our host game button? I think we haven't set it up yet. So click on host game, like so. Okay, so with this, if I remember correctly, let me just double check. So if I click play, click on host game. Okay, yeah. So whenever we click on host game now, we want to hide the server browser and the host game button and then only have the back button. Yeah, okay. So with this, we want to make another boolean called host game menu open. Oops. Come on. Okay. With a question mark. Like so, because we're gonna need this for the back button. So first thing we can basically copy this, and this. And I just copy these two for now. So right click, copy it, Control C and Control V, connect this up like so. And now when we select this, we want the host game button to be collapsed and the server button to be collapsed. And we want our and with this we want to actually make our host game UI actually visible, like so. And now with this we want to drag this out and say set it, and then with this we want to make it so that our host game menu is open now. And so with this we want to copy this now, and then connect it up like so, and we're gonna call this I'll put in here host name. Oh, not host name, sorry, host game, so we know that we're actually in the host game menu now. I'm actually gonna move this back button down, because this is gonna be sort of getting big later on. So with this one, just drag that up like so. And so now off of this back button, we're gonna add another branch. If you don't know how to do the shortcut, just hold B and left click to make a new branch. And so with this one, we're gonna drag this in. So this time it's gonna check to see if our host game menu is open. And then we're gonna basically copy this whole thing. And then if it is open and we want to go back, we then want to make our host game button visible and our server game or server browser button visible. Connect all of these up like so, and I want to delete these two buttons here. And then off of here, we want to hide our host game menu like so. And then off of here, we want to then change this back to play, and make sure you connect this up to the text box here. I can actually move this down to maybe somewhere here. Okay, so now we have our back button set up. So let's quickly see if this all works. I see we're almost at 49 minutes. So I'm gonna try to finish up this episode fairly quickly. So if we click on play now, and if we click on host game, there you guys go. We now have our host game UI visible here. So now we can quickly test this out. I do have a... no, I don't actually have one. Okay, but let me quickly show you guys, for instance. So I can... well, let's just test this first. So if we click play with one player, we can click on play, host game, and then let's quickly click on create server, and there you guys see it will tell us please enter a server name. So let's make it test. And now if we click server create, it says please select a map. So let's click map 1, and then this is a little bit small, so I will change this later on. And there you guys see it does sort of looks weird, but we'll fix that later, maybe in the next episode or so, just before I end this video. I'm gonna leave it at 2 players for now. Unselect Steam, and now if I click create game, it should load us in, and there you guys go, we're in our map 1 level. And so in the next video, we're gonna set up the server browser to where the other player can actually connect to our game. But let's quickly fix that this little text box here that displays the actual text for us. So I'm just gonna check why it's showing not whole numbers, it's showing decimals behind it still. So just give me a second, I'm gonna quickly see why it's doing that. So I'm also gonna add a padding in here like so it's a little bit bigger. And then I'm also gonna quickly see why it is showing the decimals. So that is correct. Let me scroll down. Is there any more things here that I'm missing? Oh, justification, put that to center. Minimum desired width 0. And then let me see quickly why. Oh, that is why. I forgot in our get max players here, in this text float here, we want to make sure we only display maximum. Oh, yeah. maximum fractional digit, make this to 0, and that should be fine now. So if we click play again quickly, if I click play, host game, and now if you guys see, if I drag this, it's whole numbers now. There's no decimals in between. But let me just quickly make the size of it a little bit bigger. So let me just take that away. And so let's quickly make this a lot bigger. So where is the font? Font size, make this to 10 or maybe 15 even. I can actually make this also a little bit bigger. 15, just copy that and then make this 15 as well. And then with this one, let's quickly, in the text box we haven't actually changed the font in here as well, so make that to 15 as well, so it's nice and big. And then on this one I'm going to quickly change the thickness size. I also forgot we need to change the on the slider. Okay, the step size is fine. Okay, that is fine. Yes, bar thickness, that's set to 2. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's put it to 7. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, so let's compile this quickly. And now if you click play, and we actually click on play host game, now it's a little bit better to see. So now if we type in here, yeah, the text is also a lot bigger. So let's quickly just make sure this all works fine still. Let's change the players to 5. Test server. So obviously we won't be able to see this actually in the server browser yet because we have to make that still. But that's going to be, we'll be doing that in the next episode. But let me just uncheck that, and so create server. Oh wait, we have to select. Let's quickly see if it works on the map too. So if we click create server, yep, there you guys see it actually loaded the map 2 for us. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this host, or this 4th episode of where we created the host game menu or UI here, and then hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up, and also remember to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you guys in the next one.